All right, what is going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, March 1st, brand new day of the month, and we're gonna do some crushing out today. We're gonna do some trading on these futures. I checked the market not very long ago. Looked like the charts were going down. I saw that Rivian was kind of dumping down pretty heavily, as well as a few other stocks, but also um, the ES was dropping down. Let's jump into the ES. Take a look at this guy here. You can see the ES is making new lows on the day, and not too long ago it was up here in the 4,000s. We're back down at the 3,950 range. We're at the lower end of the volume weighted average price. We're at the lower end of the VWAP band. And so we're probably going to look for a couple of bounces off this low here for some potential kind of upswings. But a couple of things to note. Number one, I'm on the 5-minute chart here, and you can see that on the 5-minute chart, we actually got a downward cross of the 5,200 moving average. This doesn't bode well for the day in terms of the next maybe hour, 2 hours or so. More than likely, we're going to see more decline in the ES. So we may be looking for a lot of shorts through the day. But right now, we are bouncing off these lows. So the next thing we're probably going to look for is going to be a red yellow. And you can see that we had some rejection up there, almost at the 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart. But also we have some resistance here at 39.60 or so. So I'll be watching those areas. Jumping over here to the 1-minute chart, you can see that 1-minute chart actually is getting a cyan switch. So I don't feel great for this long term, like even for a trend reversal per se, but we will take some longs off this bounce here. I don't want to go with 12 ticks. I'm gonna start with like 4 and just kind of work our way into the day. I'm gonna join the bid right there. See if I can get that entry. Kind of missed it. I was trying to get that little bounce right there. Um, See if I can get in at 56. Just ran past me. Unfortunately, see if I can get another entry. I'll be looking for an entry maybe right here in this spot. I want to go up like 2 ticks so we can actually get in. All right, so we're in on that drop there. Now, like I said, I'd be looking for more shorts on the day, but this just so happens that this is a 1226 crossover. However, the 9 is below the 12, which I didn't notice ahead of time, and that's pretty important to actually giving that confirmation for the upward move. Now, that doesn't mean that this trade won't work out, but it doesn't bode well for the trade itself. Now, as far as the TTM goes, there was some stacking here, but you can see on this one that it's beginning to level off here. So I have less confidence in this move on this trade that we already initiated. And setting a risk level here. I don't want to lose more than 300 on this. We're down below 300. We're back up. I'm going to cut this and we'll reassess and go from there. Loss of 337.50. That's okay though, because I still think that we're gonna have quite a lot more opportunities here. I'm gonna go for a short right here though. All right, we're in short. There may be a little bounce there, but I don't think it's gonna last. I just want this to drop down $1. Our entry is at 53. I want to see this drop down to 52. And our low here is at 39.50, and you can see we kind of found some support there at 39.50. I'm not getting quite the drop that I want to see, so I'm going to drop this down to 2 ticks. All right, so we got that 2-tick trade. We still have a little bit of a hole to dig ourselves out of, but I don't think it's going to be too challenging. We're only down 262.50 off of 2 trades, and I think that we're going to have a lot of opportunity to ride some waves here. What's up, Tiny? Glad to see you here. Good morning, everybody. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Love and appreciate y'all. Remember that we do have we are always going for 100% participation. So if we do have some people that are watching on YouTube that have not hit the like button, make sure you do. It does make a big difference. It does make a nice big difference. What's up, Kevin? What's going on from Lakeland, Florida? Let's jump back into the charts. You can see we're getting a little bit of support there. We may actually even get a bounce. Now, the TTM doesn't reflect that bounce, neither do the moving averages. And so because of those reasons, I'm not going to take that because this basically would be a 100% chart trade, which is fine. I do those every now and then, but I don't love this particular setup. And I'm gonna try to hit like 1500 a day. That would have been a nice bounce though. See if I can get it in around 5450. Entered at 5450. I'm trying to get out of 5550, which is right here at the top of this candle. In order for that to actually play out, we'd have to see this one open green. Which it did. All right, there we go. So we made back most of that. We're just down 75 now. And I think that we can come back from this. This is looking pretty good. This trend reversal here does look like it is going to happen for a little bit. You can see that there's an ABCD pattern here. Watch out for resistance though along the EMA 35 as well as potentially the EMA 50. But I'm going to say the EMA 35 at first. What's this level here? 57. I'm going to look for an entry off of 57. And maybe an exit at 58.50. We got an entry off of 58.7. I'm going for 6 ticks here. And right now we're sitting at 4 or 5 ticks. It's popping back down, unfortunately. We were like 1 tick away from actually getting out on that one. I'm going to drop my seller just a little bit. Looks like it did run up to that. We're up 187.50 on the day now. It did run up to our original trade idea, but the reason why I decided to take profits early really was just because, I was scared that it was just going to drop down. So there's a fear leaving there, but now the 9 is getting above the moving average. It's looking a lot stronger. I'm going to check this on the 3-minute chart before I jump into any more. 3 minutes getting a red to yellow. That's nice for some continued movement upward. Is the music a little loud, guys? Because if it is, please let me know. I'll jump back and check the comments in just a second. Also, 5-minute getting a yellow 5-minute getting a yellow candle from the red, but you can see that it's getting this yellow candle from the red on a lower wick than what this original TTM was. That gives us stronger momentum for the upward move as well. So we do have some indicators that we're getting some turnaround here. I'm gonna put this up to like 9 ticks, which is kind of a weird number for me, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's take a look at an entry off of 62. And I'm going to jump back to the 1-minute chart so I can assess this a little bit better. It was a nice rip there. We did get an entry off of 61.75. And I'm trying to get out of 64, which I believe that we have room up to 65. This candle ended at 63.5. So the VWAP being up here at 67, I think we got room up to 65. I'm trying to get out of 64. Just gonna jump in, check them, Chelsea. Okay, so music's good. All right, we good then. We golden. I don't see the letter patterns yet. So ABCD basically looks like a W. Okay, so W for win. That's how I remembered it when I was brand new. And you got this W right here, so you can kind of see the W shape to it, and so W for win. That's how I remembered it when I was brand new, and it basically is A, B, C, D. So another way that I would remember it, which is kind of a more vulgar way, but a pretty funny way, is so there's A, B, C, and then you just ride the D. And that's another way that I remembered it. So, All right, so it did run straight up through our sell order, up past almost to 65. It still has not filled us. You can see we're up here at 64.50. Our exit was 64. I don't know what's going on with that, but man, look how much higher this has gone up. I just want it to let me out now. Any number that it would let me out would be great. Let's see. Okay, it let us out. Let's see, it let us out at I don't know what number it let us out at. Let me jump back over here. We're up $1,087.50 on the day. At least it let us out up this time instead of down. But you guys saw that it ran straight past my limit order and well on past towards Never Never Land. But like I said, I thought we had room up to 65 and potentially up to the VWAP, and there it was. We're actually approaching a 5,200 crossover here. Watch out for rejections along the VWAP though, because we may get some pullbacks potentially to about the 9 EMA, which is down here at about 61. So watch out for up to like a $5 pullback. Could obviously go further than that, but that seems to be the range to me. Couple of things to note: the 200 simple moving average is above the volume weighted average price, so that also gives us some more indication of potential rejection along the volume weighted average price. So there is other things that could cause us to actually push back some. But this is looking great. We're up 1087.50 on the day. Like I said, my goal is 1500 on the day. If we hit that goal of 1500, then I will go for 2500. That's the number that feels right to me, so that's the number I'll go for. Especially if we can hit that goal before 8 o'clock. But, we're 10 minutes in, and we're up over $1,000. Now, imagine just making that every single day. Just being 10 minutes into your day, you work for 10 minutes, you make $1,100 in a day. I mean, imagine a life like that. That's what we're talking about here. That's what optimism is all about. That's what optimistic futures is all about, is sort of gearing our minds to work with that. I just went white screen. Weird. I wonder why. All right, well, let's run those like numbers up. We're up at 4 likes. See if we can hit 10 or maybe even 15 today. We do have to get a few more viewers though. So we're up. We did get above the volume weighted average price. So this did not reject along the VWAP. And the TTM's looking nice and strong. TTM going from 5.0 to 5.8 to 7.0. Watch out for rejections up here at the possible 200 simple moving average over there at 39.70. Now we're going to jump to a longer time frame. I want to see what's going on with this. We have a possible crossover of the 1226. So that's looking solid. 9 now above the 12 on the 3-minute side. That's looking wonderful for a turnaround. We got a possible crossover inbound on the 5-minute chart. So the next thing I'm really going to want to see, not the next thing, we'll take some trades between now and then, but I want to see this 50 moving average get above that 200. Originally, I was saying this may take an hour or two, but this is actually turning around really well. So I'm going to revise my statement to say that, you know what, this may actually cross over around 8:30, which is just in about 1 hour. It may even do it faster. TTM on the 5-minute chart looking like 4.3 down to 2.6. It's looking great. We may look for some bounces off of 67. So we're going to watch out for some pullbacks here up at 70. Number one, because 70 is a psychological level. And number two, because it's along the 50 EMA. You can see we've actually rejected the 50 EMA a couple of times today. And this may pull back a little bit off the 50 EMA, which is fine. It's to be expected. Pullbacks are normal. Remember that, guys. Okay, let's take a look. We've got room up to 79 here on the 3-minute chart. I'm going to look for an entry off of 67.50. I don't know if we'll pull back that far, but that's where I'm going to look for a possible move. Now, my concern is that we will drop back below the volume-weighted average price. So it tapped our buy order but didn't fill, which means I'm going to bump up to 68. I'm gonna cut this. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look here at the TTM and see what we got going on. We went from 7.3 to 7.8 to 8.2 on the current candle. So we're getting some leveling off there on the TTM. What is the VWAP at? VWAP is at 67, and the 9 EMA is down here at 66.50. I'm gonna try to get an entry off of 66.75. And I'm going to put my exit up here at 70. So I'm going to bring this up. I'm actually going to put that at 69.50. So that would be 11 ticks. So we got an entry off there at 66.75, which is just above the volume weighted average price. And we're getting a slight bounce. Now this bounce may take a couple of minutes. I'm going to take a look again at the 3-minute chart because this is the next one that I'm really measuring here. Okay, so we got that. We're up 1,500. We hit exactly where our goal was on the day. That's exactly what we were trying to hit. We exclaimed it 15 minutes ago, right when we started up on the stream, and we've hit it in 15 minutes. That means we're making $100 a minute. $100 a minute. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. We got here kind of at the perfect time after we fell down, bounced off these lows, and it's one of the reasons why I actually really like trading at 7:30. Is there's a lot of trend reversals happen at 7:30. I'm going to take a look at our economic calendar today and see what we've got going on. Here we are on Wednesday, March 1st, and we've got the Minneapolis Fed president. She spoke. Is this she? I don't know who this person is, but they spoke at 6 a.m. At 6:45, we had the S&P Global U.S. Manufacturing PMI, which has a final next to it, and then on top of that, at 7 o'clock, we had ISM Manufacturing as well as Construction Pending. So all those numbers are out. So there's nothing really left in the economic calendar that could really throw off a lot of these charts. Fantastics now, you can be done and just watch. I know I would be. I would love to, Tiny, but the show must go on. Can't have a 15-minute show. It just doesn't feel right to me. So hopefully I don't end up over trading. But I feel really good today about my trading. I feel really sort of on point. I got up earlier today, which is great because it gave my mind a little bit of time to wake up. But I mean, $1,500 in 15 minutes. Hey, you know what? We're not going to complain about that. Pretty happy about that. $100 a minute. That's $6,000 an hour. If we could make life work out that way. So we are getting some pullbacks towards the VWAP, which, like I said, is to be expected. TTM going on the 3-minute side, going from 5.1 down to 3.4, down to 1.5. Our next candle is going to be at 48, which is just in about 30 seconds. So in about 30 seconds, we should have a new candle on, well, we will have a new candle on the 3-minute side. And it looks to me like it potentially could be a bounce. And we may, we're going to be looking for a cyan switch on that 3-minute side. You can see our last cyan switch happened over here on the 3-minute, just at about 6:42, and this bumped from 65 up to 75, and so that was a really nice move there. Now we're going to take a look and see what happens here at 7:48, which is right now. We're opening up. We did get a cyan candle on the TTM. I'm going to jump to the 1-minute side, and you can see on the 1-minute side, we're actually getting a pullback there on the dark blue. We are approaching, you can see the downward slope of the 200 moving average. And so I don't want to wait on this. I wanted to join the bid right there. Where's this 200 moving average? Right there at 67. And so I'm going to put this order in here at 67, but it may be a little high. Nope, we got that entry off of 67. And our intended exit is up here at 72.50. I don't know about that. I'm going to drop this down. Oh, wait, we entered off 70, not 67. Well, that's not what I want. I'm just going to put this 2 ticks up. So we started off with a loss of $337. We worked our way up into $1,500. Got a doji up there on a double blue. So I just took a 2-tick trade on that, mainly because I wanted to actually be in much lower. And so because we got entered at 70, I didn't love it. And so I decided to cut it. I figured that we're going to pop up here above this 200 moving average. And as much as I want to ride that wave, I also don't want to get caught in a drop. So I'm going to actually do a little bit of tech analysis, throw a price level there at 74. And how long did this one last? It really lasted to here. Which is 5.3, 4.3, 3.0, 1.5. This went from 1.2 over to 1.2. So that is a 2.4 move. That's a pretty good amount of momentum on that 3-minute side. You can see that we're leveling off there around 70 at the moment. That doesn't mean that we won't pop up here. We have potentially room up there to 79. But I want to take a look at this now on the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute cyan switch is typically very, very strong. You can see it back here. Here's an example of a cyan switch on a 5-minute chart. So one of the things about the 5-minute chart that really sort of gives me a lot of hesitancy has a lot to do with this 5200 crossover to the downside. This is often such a incredibly powerful move that it can bring down whole markets for a while, for quite a few hours sometimes. 5-minute chart is getting a cyan switch right now at the very beginning of it, pulling back to 68 off this, and we're pulling down from the 50 EMA, which is right there at 39.70. Now 9 is above the 12, which is useful for confirming the upward move. And let's see, the 200s at 75 and the 50s there at 70. This does look pretty nice. I'm going to jump back to the 1-minute chart, look for some entries. Right now we're just kind of bouncing off the 9 EMA. I'm going to reduce this to go for like scalps now at this point. So my original goal was 1500. We hit that in 15 minutes, and so I'm gonna bump up my goal up to 2500. Just stop trading and use a different paper account. I don't think I have a different paper account. I think this is like legit my only paper account. I guess I have something called an IRA. I've never traded in this before. I mean, I know what an IRA is, just for the record. But I've never traded in this IRA before. So you can see this one's at a flat 100K. Getting some fallback down now. Cooling on the TTM. We have a possible 5200 crossover. I'm projecting around 815 for that. And we're going to be leveling off here along this, kind of consolidating along the volume weighted average price. We may even see pullbacks to about 65, which would be below the VWAP. Right now we're in sideways action, so I don't really feel confident taking trades. You can see that along the 200 simple moving average, we've actually rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. We're on try number 10. It's funny, man. I never actually thought to trade in this IRA. I never even looked for it. So we're getting some pullback now. This honestly looks decent for like a short, maybe down to the EMA 35. In order for that to happen, we'd have to drop below the VWAP. It looks better on the longer time frames. Just 1 second, guys. We'll be right back. Sometimes it just gets super hot in here. Pulling back down now to 67 on the 3-minute chart. Like I said, down at the EMA 35, but the EMA 35 on the 1-minute chart for potential bounces. This is pulling back down towards the 9 on the 3-minute side. What's short right here? Looking to just get 3 ticks to the downside. Short off 66.75. Maybe it wasn't the best move. There's 3 ticks to the up. TTM going from 5.5 4.4 to 3.4. I'm gonna cut this one potentially. I was looking for a move down to this EMA 35, but I don't know about that. Got that lost 262.50 in the IRA side of things. Just gonna wait now, and wait for the next momentum move. So, because this consolidation along VWAP here has been going for about 10 minutes, and we're just gonna give that time that it needs in order to actually break out. Now, when it does break out, I feel pretty confident that this will eventually break to the upside and not the down. I could be completely wrong, of course, but I'm basing that off of the 3-minute chart and the 5-minute chart. The 3-minute has this pretty strong TTM here. Now, that's not to say that can't drop down. As you can see right here, right around 7 o'clock when the reports came out, we got a big drop off of 39.75 all the way down to 39.50. So we absolutely could see something like that again. But I do tend to watch the slopes of the moving averages a lot, and I don't really hear very many people talk about that, but they are pretty important indicators to 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 larger moves. Jump into the 5-minute chart. 5 minutes on that fresh cyan switch. Rejecting up there at the 50 EMA, pulling back down to 65. This is what we were talking about 5 minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago. We were talking about pulling down to about 65, and there it is. So a short up here from 70 down to 65 would have looked really nice. We are getting a 1226 crossover with the 9 above the 12, and the TTM still stacking on the upside, but not by much. We need 8 o'clock to roll around to really get like a better sense of what direction this is going to end up going. Nice bounce there off the 9 EMA though. I still have more confidence this is going to be upside due to the downward slope of the 200 moving average and the upward move of everything. But that doesn't mean, like, I still think that we may get a continued downward move for a few minutes here, as evidenced by the 9 dipping below the 12. So we may like kind of ride along this area, maybe get some bounces off the EMA 35 before actually popping up. There's that pop up, that bounce off the EMA 35. It's a pretty powerful pop up there, actually, all the way up to 70. Damn. I felt like a very slight intuition right after I got finished saying what I was saying to take that long, and didn't react fast enough. It's kind of hard sometimes, like when you're like trying to communicate something as well as also trade. Let's see. I wonder if we can get an entry off of 67.50. Maybe we'll try 68. And then I'll bump this up here to 70 for an 8-tick move. This is being weird. Cancel. Oh, come on. Okay, well, lost of $75. It was being weird on me. Canceled like I was trying to cancel the thing and it just wasn't actually responding. We're pulling all the way back down to the EMA 50 again. We had this very nice bounce off the EMA 35, but this is looking stronger towards a downward move for a few minutes. I don't know if it'll stay that way. 6.5 or 6.2 to 7.3 on the TTM3. Switching out to the 5-minute chart, taking a look at what we got there since we got a fresh 5-minute candle here at the top of the hour. Pretty heavy pullback there. So I'm glad that we got out of that little trade that we were trying to take advantage of. Ripping down all the way down to 63. Low of the day is down here at 50. Glad we were able to take advantage of this big momentum area here. Ended up rejecting off the 50 EMA pretty strongly. This is why I like these moving averages, just because they're so accurate. in terms of determining areas of support and resistance, as well as breakouts and breakdowns. How's everyone else doing out there so far? Yeah, sideways market there for a while. I also think the same. Less red is better. By the way, y'all chilling, y'all hanging out. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notice and all that fun jazz. Remember, guys, too, that if you guys are trying to earn funding in the futures market, that you check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are the best in the business, in my opinion. And honestly, if you are trying to get access to being able to trade with $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, $300,000 or more, well, not more than $300,000, but $300,000 up to, I should say, this, in my own personal opinion, is by far the best deal available out there in trading. And the reason is because you can get access to $50,000 for $165. Now you can actually get it for less than that if you use the link in the description and the promo code JSBEST. Then you'll actually lock in a lifetime discount that that will apply to any of the accounts that you see here, and you'll be able to actually use that discount to work through your evaluation and earn funding, and then you'll get access to $50,000 or more, just depending on which plan you decide to go with. And from there, you guys will actually be able to earn funding and pull money out directly into your bank account. And one thing I really like about these guys is that they're one of the few prop firms that allow you to trade with multiple trading softwares that they support. Not just that they support them, but that they provide. That is incredibly important because I've tried a couple other ones out there, and most of them are limited to one single trading platform, and that can get really challenging really fast because you're fighting with platforms, you're fighting with software, trying to learn software at the same time. You're just trying to take some trades. And if you've already taken the time to learn your strategy and learn how to trade and stuff like that, taking the time to learn additional software for a couple of months can be daunting and time consuming and frustrating, especially when you're just trying to get to the funding aspect of things. So be sure you check these guys out. Elite Trader Funding. I love these guys. Great customer support. One of the only ones that does Discord community and Discord support, which is great because it makes them very accessible, very easy to work with, and you're always working with a human, which is what I really like. AI is not answering my questions. So yeah, guys, check these guys out. Elite Trader Funding, link in the description. Promo code is JSBEST to lock in that lifetime discount. And make sure you guys pick up a plan if you are looking to earn funding in that futures market. Let's take a look and see what's going on in that futures market, which has dipped down pretty substantially all the way down here to 60. You can see we're actually getting red on the GTM5. So we may have some short opportunities coming in. There's a crossover there, right there, on the 5-minute chart to the downside of the 1226. The 9 is actually dipping below the 12. Maybe have some short opportunities here. We did end up rejecting this VWAP area, and we're getting some pullback on the cooling candles here from 6.0 to 5.1 on the 3-minute chart. Switching over to the 1-minute chart. Now, what we're going to be looking for in the 1-minute chart in order to go long again is going to be, now I'm not saying a long is the only play, but if we were to go long, I'd be looking for a red to yellow candle, just like this one here. This red, yellow, rip. You can see it's a pretty consistent move. It happens pretty often. We're just going to be looking for that red to yellow move. The next thing that we would be looking for after that red to yellow move is we'd be looking for this yellow 9 EMA to cross above this cyan 12 EMA, and that confirms our upward move. Because sometimes the red to yellow can give you like 1 to 2 candles that are really nice on a pop, and then we get another drop after that. Pulling all the way back down to 57. Lows of the day is 50. We've been going red candles now since 8 o'clock. We've had red candles. So we're over here at 8:07. We got 7 red candles in a row. It does look like we're kind of finding some support there along 58, probably around the $60 point. 60 being right up here. This is down at 57, 58. Current momentum looking like 5.9 to 6.7 to 7.2. So still too much of a downward move for us to take that. Like I said, we're going to be focused solely on the strategy of the red to yellow switch at this particular point in time. And yeah, I'll stick with, I might go with 5 ticks. There's enough movement for 5. But I'm going to wait for that to actually play out on the TTM. Super important. This might be our first green candle. And like, no, maybe not. Big pullback, upside down U-shaped pattern, upside down cut. Upside down cup and handle there. No handle yet, but we got the cup. Pulling all the way back near the lows. Heavy drawdown. Look at that last candle there, though. Over 12,000 contracts traded right there, dropping down, making a brand new low on the day, down to 39.48. Would have been a really nice short here off of the VWAP. But with this much drop down, we're likely to get a nice big pop like that as well, soonish. I definitely should have taken the short from the blue to red, but those a lot of times are not as strong as the red to yellow and then into the cyan switch. So it's one of the reasons why I take them less. I do take them every now and then, which you guys will see here on the stream, but I do take them a lot less. Also, before I move on to like zooming in on the chart, I'm going to throw a price level right there. Now we're going to zoom in on this last move here, / drop down. There's the reversal aspect of things. 50 is on the downward slope. 200 is beginning to look like level off, but still on the downward slope. 8.7 to 9.5 to 10.5, 10.2 area on the TTM 1 minute side. So we're going to be looking for bounces off of 39.50 potential. You can see a lot of buyer volume coming in there on that candle. I'm tempted to try and buy the low and the trend reversal on it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait for that red yellow move. I gotta stick to the strategy instead of trying to take like bounces and things like that, because like that definitely wouldn't have worked out. So I gotta stick to the strategy. 10.4 to 11.2. Just jumping in and checking in with y'all's. Missed another drop. It was a pretty heavy drop there. Finally got to move down. It's my scalping time. It's scalping time. All right. So we are hitting these lows over here at A10. $10.4 to 11.0 to 11.5. Still downward momentum. But we are at the lower band of the VWAP. We're at the lows of the day. high probability of a flip here. This is what you call a flip. KOD. A little bit of J. Cole for you in the morning. A little bit of Joel Cole. $11.0 to 11.6. Time. 20 seconds left in this candle. Pulling down here, hanging out near 46 and 47. We got a hammer candle forming there. We had good buy volume on the previous candle, and kind of lower volume on this candle. On this last one was with a reasonable amount of sells, but 11.0 to 11.7, 12.1, 12.2. Pulling down here to 45s. This may be the candle that we actually begin to get the bounce off of. I would look for resistance up here at 50 or 51. $11.7 to 12.0. I'm going to join the bid here. Long off 47. I'm going to get out at 48 and a quarter, which would be just up here, right around towards that candle. There we go. We got that. Nice trade there. Up 1687.50 on the day. There's that red to yellow. We kind of predicted this by the leveling off in the TTM as well as the bounce off the low. And I'll be looking for resistance up there at 50. Going from 11.7 to 11.8 to 11.8 on the TTM. So pretty good opportunity here. We may get a few more downward pushes to try and scare people out of their positions. My guess is that we're probably going to hang down here around 45 for another minute or two before we actually get a bounce up. And that bounce up likely come up towards 50. Join the bid here at 46 and a quarter, and I'm looking to get out at 47.50. Getting zoomed in here. I need this candle to go green in order for this trade to actually play out all the way. Just need it to go up like 2 ticks. Time, there's like 5 seconds left in this candle. So I'm going to hold through this candle. Hands over the cover button. Oh, actually there's not 5 seconds left in the candle, but we got the trade anyway. We're up 19.12.50 on the day. This area here, trading off these lows, this is an area that I need a lot of practice in, and we're getting that practice today, and so I'm really happy about that because this is something that I've actually been intending to train on, and so it's nice to get some real live trading practice with this. Going in, making a new low down there at 45. That's why I said that red to yellow move may actually only act as like a sort of like a false break and can continue to drop down and push newer lows. We said that probably about 10 minutes ago. We're down here hitting the lower band of the VWAP. 39.45 is a new low on the day, going from 11.9 to 12.0. So not a lot of downward push, not a lot of downward movement there. And actually you can see that there's a reasonable amount of buy volume, I said volume, and we're still getting that sort of that red to yellow move there. 46 and a quarter kind of playing out here. 9 EMA all the way down there at 48, so we may watch for resistance up there at the 9 EMA. It keeps flashing between red and yellow. There's so much leveling off here on the TTM. So I'm going to join the bid here. We joined at 45.75, and we're looking to get out of 47. Coming down here to 45 and a quarter. 11.9 to 12.2 on the TTM. So there's a little bit more downward action that I want to see. I do want to see this continue to actually get that red to yellow that it kept flashing on the screen there. So we're trying to get out of 47. 9 EMAs up here at 48. And the low is down here at 39.45. So we're currently tapping the low on this one. On that last candle, we tapped low. We're tapping low right now. 12.2 to 12.1 on the TTM. We want to see this hit a solid yellow. We're trying to get out of 47, which would just be worth about 187.50. Came up pretty close to that sell order. There we go. We got it. We're up 2,100 on the day. I mentioned that 2,500 would be my next target. And we're about $400 away from that. So that'd be about 3 trades at 5 ticks. I'm only taking 5 tick scalps right now because that's where I think the range is. 12.2 to 11.8, 11.9-ish on the TTM. This is looking pretty decent for a turnaround. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and try and take a look at some of the movement, the potential resistance areas. I'm going to look at the 9 EMA as a resistance, which is right there at 47.80. And 12 EMA is at 48.90. So if we do get another bounce here, which I think that we will, I might look for resistance here at the 12 EMA. Basically because we've already kind of had the 9 EMA drop down below this resistance zone here. Hitting new lows though. Down there at 44 and a quarter. Went from 11.9 to 11.5 on the TTM. Big drop. 43.75. Now riding the lower band of the VWAP. Just gonna jump in, check in with y'all. It's been a moment since I've taken some time to look here. Way to go! Thank you. I appreciate that, Tiny. Tiny, you know what I love about you? Like, you're one of the most optimistic, like, cheerleader type persons, and like you're constantly encouraging everybody in the team, in the group, and I love that about you. I find that absolutely amazing. It's a rare trait for a human to display, and so thank you for being you, and for constantly encouraging everybody in the group in the optimistic futures. You really are, like, you really do bring a lot of heart and soul to the community, and I love and appreciate you for that. Also, too, you're absolutely relentless in your learning. I think that's so awesome. Like, just sort of almost how obsessive you are at actually succeeding. I think that's badass, and I think that you are really working your way towards a breakthrough. I can feel it. I can see it. I see it every day. And so, keep kicking ass, Tiny, because you're freaking awesome. Yeah, we all do deserve to get there, man. Because like I know that I don't know. I've worked trying to get like good at trading for the last few years, and it certainly has been one of the more challenging skills that I've acquired in my life. Digital marketing was about as challenging as trading. But now that I understand digital marketing at the level that I do, I can pretty much command traffic, if you will. It requires a lot of effort and a lot of work, but there's still like a solid understanding of it. And I feel like I'm getting that way with trading as well. Bouncing off of 39.43 all the way up to 47. Very nice bounce there. I probably would have cut that though myself on that drop. Getting a possible crossover now. I'm looking for a pullback maybe to like 45. I don't know if we'll get that though. But an entry off of 45 would look really nice. Maybe 45.50. Pulling back to 46. Entered off 45.50. Trying to get out at 46.75. Got a little hammer candle here. Got that trade. We're up at 22.87.50 now. Trying to hit 2,500. It's just about 2 trades away. A lot of stacking on the buy volume over these last, really since about here. Since like 8:13 or so. So you can see the contracts are starting to kind of build up. I think this will make another big push. I'm going to look for resistance up here at 50 as well as 53. There's a nice little pop there. Trying to get an entry off of 48.50. Maybe too low. I think that could be possible. It's currently at where I wanted to exit. I'm gonna cut this and look for another entry point. 8.8 to 7.3. So we have momentum of 1.5. That's pretty good. And 3 minute here. Join the bid. Okay, so I'm gonna look for a pullback now to probably 47.50, maybe actually 48. Sometimes these are kind of riskier. Sometimes these pull back for like 3 minutes. But I'm gonna take the risk on it if I can get the entry point. I want the entry at 48. I don't want to enter at 48.50, even though that's where it's kind of out right now, and it may just pop off 48.50. But the reason why I don't want to enter off of 48.50 is because it's kind of like right where that candle's at, and so if it does fill me there, then I'm filled a little bit too high, and it shortens my range and increases my risk. We never got the entry. It just ran on past us. We're coming up now. We're hitting 50. Sometimes it's pretty challenging to actually get the fills. Five years plus for you? Yeah. Yeah, I'm at 3 years myself. And that's a long time. Like 3 years, 5 years, like that's a long time. That's a lot of commitment too, you know. I have found that committing to my TTM strategy has been the best thing I ever did for my trading. Going up here to 52. Very nice bounce. I mean, that's a $10 move right there. That's a big move. Yeah, that was probably the best thing that I did for my trading. The other thing that was the best thing that I did for my trading as well was starting this stream. Just starting creating content around it really helped me to understand it better. Trying to get an entry off of 50. So I'm looking for a pullback, but I don't know that we're gonna get it. We've been pretty much ripping since 8:21. We're here at 8:26. We've been ripping for 5 minutes straight, and I've just been really struggling to actually get entry points. I could just be joining the bid and trying to take scalps, but a lot of times that ends up working against me pretty heavily. Well, I can tell you one thing. We were right about the bounce down there at the bottom. This is starting to form a U-shaped pattern as well. You can see the U. 200 is on the downward slope now. That's looking good for another push up towards the VWAP. 9's above the 12. All the way up there at 54. Wow. This thing just went green and never looked back. Didn't even get a pullback through any of this. Just grind it up. Missed out on a lot of upward opportunity there. Now we got a 1226 crossover. We got a cyan switch crossover. So I mean, like, we missed out on a lot of opportunity on that trade, or just on that move. Nice, good job getting green. Yeah, the fills are really bad, man. Okay, we're finally getting a pullback. And frankly, I should have just joined the bid and just wrote it up. But I mean, like, sometimes it's just like, you don't want to do that. Like, it just seems sketchy, you know? Like, I don't know. I want to be able to sort of plan my move, not just randomly jump in and jump out. Resistance there, the 50 EMA, 1.3 to 2.9, so the movement of 1.6. We did miss this, like, the majority of this. We got some of it in the very beginning, just about this little section here. But this whole section we missed. It's always a little frustrating. On the bid at 52.75, I'm looking for a push back up towards 55, the EMA 50 there. Exits at 54. We got that. We're up at 24.75. We're just about $25 away from our goal. Our goal being 2,500 on the day. Our original goal was 1,500. Our stretch goal is 2,500. We're here at 8:30. It was a really nice trading day. Pretty predictable moves. Nice wave patterns. Enough momentum to actually take advantage of something, but not so much momentum to where it's like untradeable. It was a really nice day. 200 dipping below the VWAP. That looks good for longer term upward momentum. Not a bad day, man. Up almost $2,500, $24.75. Let's take a look at the overall numbers, the fees and whatnot, as we're continuing to push up here. We took less trades than we normally do, which is a good thing. We took 13 trades. Our fees were $170.04. And let's take out our profit. So that puts us up at $23.04.96 in net profit on the day. Pretty good day. Pretty happy overall on that day. Resistance up there at 39.50. Yeah, 39.55. Man, I want like a burger all of a sudden. We're gonna take a look at the longer time frames here. 3 minute is still red on the TTM, which is actually kind of surprising given that very long rip there. But 3 minutes starting to get a red to yellow potential. That's what I was looking for. $9.7 to 10.4 to 10.5. I'd want to see like solid red to yellow on that. So let's take a look at the 5 minute chart. Five minute has red to yellow. That's interesting and kind of rare too. You don't normally see the 5 minute get a red to yellow before the 3 minute. It's not very common. 5 minute going from 7.6 to 7.0 to 6.2. That's a pretty good move. Pretty good momentum. All right, jumping back over to the 1 minute chart. All right, so the next thing that I'd want to see on the 1 minute chart here is I would want to see the 9 EMA and the 12 EMA get above the 35 EMA. So essentially this crossing above here. And you can see back here, right here, where it did it. So this is what that looks like. When the 9 EMA and 12 EMA get above the 35, which is the dark blue line here, you can see that caused, I mean, I'm not saying that that's what caused it, but that was the catalyst. That would be the cause of. That was an indicator, not a catalyst, not a cause of, but that was an indicator of this move that went all the way up past through the volume weighted average price. You can see this crossover took place here at around 39.60, and it ran all the way up to 39.70 up there at the 200 simple moving average. Nine is now approaching the EMA 35. We got a nice bounce there off the EMA 35, down from 53.50 up to 55. I'm gonna look for an entry off of 55 itself. Got the entry off of 55. I'm looking to get out of 56 and a quarter. Ran on pass. Still continuing to run. All right, we're up 28.50 on the day. This ran all the way up to 39.58, which is right where our resistance level was. We did hit our goal. We're now up at 28.50 on the day. So really great numbers there so far. If I was to continue, if I decide to continue, I would say probably 3,500 would be the new goal. This move that's here right now, there is potential. I'm trying to decide whether or not to walk away or to continue trading. It's a lot of sell-off there. You can see how big that downwick was. Plus, this entire candle was bearish in terms of sells. I wonder if this will just continue to fall back down. So that right there, by the way, that move. So I was saying that we'd want to see the 9 get above the 35. This is what happened when the 9 got above the 35. Happened on this candle here, and this candle opened at 54 and a quarter, and then it ran all the way up to here, which is at 58.75. So this right here, you can see that this 9 crossing above the EMA 35 can be really powerful for a nice momentum scalp. Is this a funded account? Not yet. I am still working on earning funding. This is my simulator account. So we recently failed our last attempt at an evaluation. So we are reassessing through our paper trading account, our simulator account, which we are currently up $2,850 in today. By the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. And also, too, if you are trying to earn funding in the futures market, be sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. There's a link in the description, as well as a promo code, so where you guys can actually lock in a lifetime discount. These guys, in my opinion, are the best in the biz. They offer the widest variety of rate plans available out there. The only one I've seen with 150K static. The only one I've seen with diamond hands, which allows you to hold positions overnight and weekends. And very competitive prices in terms of the actual evaluations themselves, especially with the discount. The only one I've seen with the Discord community support, which is freaking amazing. And the only one I've seen that allows you to use multiple trading softwares that they actually provide, which is awesome. I think I might have seen that somewhere else, but with this, they have a lot of unique selling propositions to go with Elite Trader Funding. So personally, I think these guys are the best in the biz. Check out the link in the description, the promo code JSBEST, if you guys want to take advantage of that. I'm going to pull back a little bit on the charts here. We're up 28.50 on the day. If you're curious about the platform, this platform is Think or Swim. This one is provided by TD Ameritrade. On the 3-minute, we have a possible crossover with 1226. TTM stacking like 10.2 to 9.6 to 8.2. It's a factor of 1.4. We're getting a nice pop off that pullback all the way up to 56. We do have some resistance up here at the EMA 35 on the 3-minute chart, which is right up there at around $58. Jumping to the 5, which has a possible crossover to 1226 inbound. $5.3 to 4.3 on the TTM 5. Jumping back to the 1-minute chart, looking for an opportunity. There was a very nice opportunity right here for that almost double top. And charging up some. There's that double top. This is looking a lot stronger now. I gotta move. What's up, Juan? Day's been great. We're up 28.50 in the sim. Day's been really good today. What was the exit of the last trade? I have to put my little trade bubbles on there. I don't remember. I think it was 56 and a quarter was my last exit. I'm gonna rip up now to the 200 simple moving average. Here, I think I can show you settings. Show trades. Yeah, there you go. So this enter here, this exit there, this enter here, this exit there. getting a pullback now off that 200 simple moving average. This acts as one of the strongest rejection points a lot of the time. It was a very nice rip that we did not get to take advantage of, unfortunately. You can see all our trades here on the day. We only took like 2 losses today. Actually, I think we took 3. Um, but yeah, it was all pretty good. I wish that TOS would allow you the little triangles instead of giving you the bubbles. Oh, we had some pretty nice trade bounces off the low. Need some pullback now. Thank you, Tiny. Oh, Pawn, dude, the shop is looking amazing. You guys got inventory in there? Yo, that's badass. Yeah, you should shout out your shop here, man. Do you guys have a Google listing for it yet? By the way, guys, if you guys are looking at getting a little bit more connected, make sure to join into our Discord community because we do have a pretty awesome community with members like Pawn and Tiny over here that are very active and do provide a lot of awesome value. Got a little flag there on the play. Look for a I don't know about a bounce here. Maybe a move off 58. Try 58.50. Might be a little too much. There's that bounce though. I feel like I'm taking a boredom trade, so I'm gonna cut it. So I want to make sure that whatever trade I'm taking, I fully understand it. Starting art therapy. Is that the name of it? Art therapy? Nice, dude. See, that's badass, man. I'm really happy for you guys. Like I know what it takes to start a shop, and it's a lot of work. I've had like I said, I had my performance parts store back in the day, and that was a lot of effort to set everything up. It took us thousands of dollars to set it all up, and it just it was probably one of the more rewarding businesses that I've owned in my life. So I was really I love that niche. I love just like working it with cars and just everything like that. It was so much fun. Um, but you know, time moves on. A nice little pop here. Join the bid. I'm looking to get out right there at the 200 moving average, just below it. If this does pull against us, we're going to keep our loss small. But I'm looking to grab like 5 ticks. Exit is at 62. All right, we got that exit. We banked over 3,000 now so far on the day. I wish I could take advantage of every move, you know. But I think we did a pretty good job at managing our trades today. This 5200 crossover that's approaching is looking much nicer than it did earlier on the day as we come up near the top of the hour at 9 o'clock. But yeah, we're a small channel, so you know, if you guys do have the capability of liking, subscribing, would really make a big difference to us and help this channel grow, help this whole community grow. You guys already got some tattoo clients? I'm gonna share the picture of the outside on the screen. So this is Pon's wife's new style. We got tattoos and crafts. Looking nice, man. Anywhere you explain my chart setup? Yeah. So we do have a video on the TTM. The video that we have on the TTM is geared towards stock trading, not futures trading. But we do explain pretty in depth. I can also make a video where I just explain my entire chart. If that's something you guys want to see, by all means, let me know, and I'll put together a video on that. Dude, that's badass, man. I'm happy to hear that. Like, if there's one like that, that is absolutely an industry and business that I would love to support is tattoos. I love tattoos. I've always loved it. Um, Here we are getting above the volume weighted average price. I'm gonna turn off these trade looks here, or just because they're a little distracting to me. I normally keep them off. I have them on other platforms because the other platforms allow me to have like the triangles. We got that approach on the 5200 crossover there. So very nice flag rip here. 9 is now getting above the 200. The 12 is approaching, and we're approaching that 5200 cross as well. 5.8 to 5.8. No, sorry, visual impairment. 5.3 to 5.9 to 6.4. Pretty reasonable move on the upside. I'm gonna look for a move from 67. If I can get an entry there. Enter to 67. I'll keep this loss small if it goes against us. Sometimes it feels lately have been kind of bad, but I'm looking to get out here at 68 and a quarter, which is just below this wick here. So I'm looking for this to kind of attempt to double top. Did you get a doji off that flag there? I think I'm going to reduce my sell order down to 2 ticks. Just try and get out with profit. It's kind of bouncing around here a little more than I want it to. It did run past our sell order. There we go. We're up 31.50 on the day. Like I said, if I hit 2,500, then I would go for 3,500. We're almost at 3,500. We need another 350 bucks on that in order to hit that $3,500. Looks like 68 and a quarter would have played out, but I decided to cut it a little bit early with a little micro profit on there, just because it was kind of bouncing around a little bit more than I had hoped. It was a little bit less direct. 48 divided by 3. We've taken 16 trades so far today, and we made 31.50 on those 16 trades. So we're averaging about 196.88 per trade. I'll call it 200 just to make myself feel a little bit better. So guys, if you are interested in connecting with the community, make sure you guys check out our Discord community. We do have an awesome group of people there. They're constantly adding value, constantly answering questions, providing reflection, feedback, all that type of awesome stuff in our group. So make sure you guys join our Discord community. You use Bubbles, Tiny? Yeah, they can just get a little distracting to me. I like the ones that allow you that little like triangle where it shows you your entry and exit, but it just uses the symbol instead of all the bubble price. But TOS doesn't have that option, which kind of annoys me because I actually really like to have the entry and exit on there because it is quite helpful. I have an algorithmic trader that allows me to do the same. And what's really cool about that one is on that algo trader, it will show me the entry and exit using the triangles, but it'll show me like it'll show me the chart like percentages from point to point, which is really kind of useful information. We're getting this breakout here above 58, above 60. Sorry, above 68 is what I meant to say. Watch out for resistance there at 70, which has been a really strong resistance zone on the day. On the 3-minute chart here, we've got this sort of long form ABCD pattern, which is now fully above the VWAP. This little channel here. Something I noticed. So we may actually get room to run up to about 76 up there, which is the top of that 200 moving average. I'm just gonna I'm gonna delete this thing here. I just wanted to see it visually. I'm also gonna remove some old drawings as well. Anything over a day. So guys, remember to tune in tomorrow. We do stream every day at 7:30 Pacific. That's 10:30 Eastern time. And if you just want like a community that you can be, that you can have a pretty powerful voice in, this is the place to be, because we are a pretty small community, and so your voice will carry here. 4.2 to 4.2 to 6.8 on the TTM. Watch out for some pullbacks to about the VWAP here. Checking in with Gels. Yeah, exactly. Will we stay above the VWAP? Last 2 times it has not. We have rejected the last 2 times above VWAP. You want to make a chat bot for your trading somehow? I mean, you certainly can. I don't really understand how chatbot fits into trading bots. I've heard some people talking about it. Basically, the way I've always understood trading bots for the last few years, is that I had a trading bot back from like 2017, that I still own. It's for crypto, and all my bots have been for crypto, but they're all basically just scripts, and you essentially assign it to enter at this moving average crossover, or that moving average crossover, or whatever the strategy is. But you assign it to enter in at that strategy and exit based off your strategy that you decide for it. I don't know how chatbots fit into that. Sure, somebody probably knows better than I do. But I found the most success by trading manually. The thing that's valuable about bots is that they can trade when you're not around. The thing that I've ran into that was somewhat of an issue is that if it was running off my local computer, then I would have to make sure that my computer stayed on 24 hours a day, didn't go to sleep, stuff like that. Obviously, I could put that on like a VPS, which would make it a little bit more simple. But yeah. So up 31.50 on the day. We're on the 3-minute chart. We're kind of leveling off there at around 68. 70 has been a really strong resistance on the day. Checking in on the 5-minute chart, which has a possible 5200 cross on it. 5-minute also has a science switch going on. This one looks stronger though than the previous one. Gosh, my nose is itchy. feel allergic. So we've got a 912 crossover, as well as a 1226 crossover on the 5-minute chart. This is looking stronger than the earlier moves. So I'm going to jump over here to the 1-minute chart. And we're going to look for an entry. Maybe off of 68. As we're long at 68. Going to keep our losses very small. And I'm looking for a move up to 69.25. Got that move up 33, 37.50 on the day now, gross. Once we factor in our net, definitely be a little bit less, but not by much. 51 times our fees, minus 337.50. So our net profit on the day is $31.15, 14 cents. You pull back now. What I'd actually want to see is I would actually want to see this pull back to around the volume weighted average price and then bounce off of that. I think that consolidation would actually help us. But it's been very good trading today. We are approaching a 5200 cross. Initially, we spoke about a 5200 cross happening at around 9:30, between like 9 and 9:30. It looks like that is actually playing out. As we were approaching it here, closer to like 8:30 or so, or 8, I was saying that, you know what, maybe we'll just get it early, but we didn't. Ended up pulling back, and now it looks like we're actually going to get that 5200 crossover sometime in the next 15 minutes. To see it right here, there's the 50 right there at 60.08 and the 200 being at 61.96. So they're just about a dollar apart. I said 60.08, but that was visual impairment issue. This is actually, yeah, it's a 60.8. I can see potentially some pullback to about the view app. I don't want to see it drop below the view app though. If it does, then I don't think that this play will continue, but I think that we're doing okay. Alrighty, we're approaching the top of the hour here. This is the top of the hour now. Hitting 9 o'clock, and we'll see what happens with volume. You can see some of the volume was kind of leveled off a little bit as we approach lunchtime. Up almost 3,500 on the day. 4-minute pullback so far. Moving at a pretty reasonable factor towards the downside. This last one was 4.4. Now moving into 3.9. More sell volume over the last few minutes though. This could be this push. This 5200 crossover, I think is a lot of people are gonna be watching that. And I think that's what a lot of people are waiting on. Really good wave patterns today, though. Just kind of waiting on that crossover. like I said, pulling back to about the VWAP would be what I'd want to see. The VWAP's down here at 64, and so a $3 pullback wouldn't be the end of the world. But it might be nice to get some consolidation along those lines. $67 seems like pretty reasonable area. 66.50, 67. What was the low of this? 66. $4.0 to 3.3 and a 2.5. Very close on that cross. You're looking for it around 905, maybe 910. About 2 to 7 minutes. So I'm gonna do a 5-minute chart. Pulling back to the EMA 50 on the 5-minute chart there, just right off 65. It actually looks decent for some bounce here. Looking for an entry off of 65.50. I don't know if we're going to get it. Just going to join the bid. Join the bid at 66.25. I wanted to get in at 65.50, but I just think I was late. Looking for a bounce after 67.50. I'm actually going to reduce this down to 67. We're going to keep our losses small. Looks like we could have got 65.50 as an entry. We are pulling back. .5 to 1.3 on the TTM. Hands over the cover button. If we lose any more than this, I'm going to cut this. All the way down to 64.25. Time left in this candle is brand new candle now. We're at our max drawdown on this particular trade. Just went over it, and we're back to it. I would not say that this is a good risk reward on this trade here. But we are sitting on this 5200 cross now at the moment. I would expect more buy volume to come in for this. I'm gonna get zoomed in on this section. A doji on that one. I'm gonna put my sell order up here at not that high. Go down to 68.50. There's that 5200 cross. See if this plays out. There's that 5200 crossover move. I certainly could have got a better entry on this, down to like 65 or at 64.50. But I think we're doing okay. Look for that rip up there now. Pulling back more than I want to see. 0.3 to 0.6 on the TTM. Some downward sell momentum. 5200 divergent looking decent though. We're gonna get out now at 67.50 instead of 68.50. Just because this downward wick is pretty heavy. Back at break even on this trade. Had an opportunity there. Kind of blew that one. In terms of that exit. 2.8 to 1.0. Almost got out just now. Alright, we got out. We did break 3,500. That was what our new stated goal was of the day. Up 35.25 on the day. Pretty good trading so far. Haven't really I think we took 3 losses on the day. So pretty awesome day. Pretty happy with it. So by the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. We are up at 7 likes. Can we run it up to 10? It would be amazing if we could hit 10 likes on the day. We are a pretty small channel. We are trying to grow that channel. So we haven't even hit 1,000 subs yet. So if you guys are here, you have subscribed, consider subscribing. We love and appreciate you guys. We appreciate all y'all. If not, that's cool too. But we're just a chill place here. Optimistic Futures is the name, and that's what we're pushing for. Looks like our original trade idea of 68.50 would have played out, and that goes to show that the 5,200 crossover is one of the better trade strategies out there that I've come across. I believe we actually have a video on this, but we definitely are working on making more content for you guys. It's not an easy process. It's kind of a long process, and it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. But yeah, our Optimistic Futures group, our Discord community, one of the best out there in my opinion, because it's one of the few places you can go and actually share a lot of reflection, get a lot of encouragement. We have awesome traders in there like Pawn and Tiny and myself and Long Haul and Edart. Some of our more active members in there. Getting a nice breakout now. This is sort of a little bit of a U-shaped pattern. We're also about to get a potential for a cyan switch. So we could actually see some movement now up to this moving average here, up at 75, 76 zone. Pretty good looking breakout here. Looking for an entry off of 71. Entered at 71. I'm looking to get out of 72.50. Good amount of buy volume coming in. Up at 3,800 on the day. I believe that we have room up to, so we have a little bit of resistance zone that we put here. May not respect it, but we have room up to 75. Great trading on the day. Been really happy with it. We broke the previous lows. Nice. By the way, we're going for 100% like participation. So if you're here, you're hanging, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notice. Run those like numbers up. We're up almost 4,000 on the day. 38.25. Momentum looking like 0.6 to 1.4. The factor of 0.8 on the day. Upper band of the view app is here at where? 38. or 39.85. Getting some pullback now off of 73 area. Gonna check this on the longer time frame. Take a look at 3-minute has the 200 moving average there at 76. So we'll look for resistance at 75. Also a psychological level there. 5-minute chart has the 200 moving average at 75 as well. So we may have a lot of resistance up there at 39.75. So be careful. It was a very nice run off that low of 39.43. Running up $30. That's like 126. At just one contract, that'd be worth $1,500. Pulling back down below 70, all the way down to 67. Now dipping below this support level here at 68. I don't want to see it hold that in order to continue, but you can see actually the 26 is approaching the 12 pretty aggressively and diverging pretty aggressively from the 35. So this indicates that we may get some downward move, potentially back down towards the VWAP and maybe riding along this EMA 50. But looking pretty solid day. Tempted to go for 4,000, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. Approaching here at 9:15. So, all right, guys, really solid trading day. Up $3,825 before fees. When we factor in the fees here, we've got 57 contracts traded. We took a total of 19 trades. 57 contracts traded, puts us at $248.52 in fees. Let's take out our net profit on that. It puts us up positive $3,576.48 on the day. And 76.48 divided by 19 trades. We earned an average of $188 a trade. Pretty good. Not bad at all. That's an average of about 5 ticks on 3 contracts traded. We traded 3 contracts all day today. We didn't diverge from that. Just stuck with three contracts on the day. So, pretty happy with a lot of this. Very good trading on the day. I'm very happy with the trading today. I feel very good that I kept a cool head. I was patient a lot on the day. And also stayed very optimistic. Our first trade was a loss, and we just came right back. Especially being somewhat tired on the day, I think I did pretty well. Pretty happy about that. You made my daily goal 9 times. I made your daily goal 9 times. That's awesome. So yeah, guys, check out Elite Trader Funny if you guys are trying to earn money in the futures market. A lot of our members take advantage of these guys. In my own personal opinion, these guys are the best in the biz. I've taken a look at a lot of other prop firms out there. I don't really see anybody that's offering these type of plans. They have very unique stuff. One-step evaluation. They have the fast track evaluations, which nobody else has. They got the end of the day, like the traditional ones. They got on the static, they offer 150K, which nobody else does. And then they got the diamond hands, which allows you to hold positions overnight to weekends. Nobody else does that. Who does that? But you guys can use the link in the description and promo code JSBEST to take advantage of a lifetime discount on any of the plans that you see here. Personally, I'm working on the 50K evaluation. which I've currently failed, unfortunately. I have some work to do to get back to that, and I'm working on the 100K static evaluation as well. But these are one of the only guys that offer a Discord community. In fact, I've not seen that anywhere else. That allows you to get support through Discord, as well as connect with other traders. And on top of that, they allow you the ability to use multiple different trading softwares. So, guys, in my own personal opinion, these guys are the best in the biz. Check them out if you want to earn funding in the futures market. There's a link in the description and a promo code JSBEST for you guys to lock in a lifetime discount, so you guys can actually trade and take advantage of 50K for less than 165 bucks. Imagine getting access to $50,000 for less than $165. Where else are you going to get that kind of opportunity? It's absolutely phenomenal what they're offering here. So make sure you guys check these guys out. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on the channel itself if you guys want to trade alongside us and see what we're doing to earn profits like $3,800 in a day, and take a step and join our Discord community. And we'll see you guys in there. I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna jump into our Discord community, and I'm gonna post my reflection on the day, what I did right, what I did wrong, what I could do better, and our profits and losses on the day, which we do every day that we trade here. And we come on every day at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time. And I'm going to go ahead and jump off here for the day and jump into our Discord community. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys really do make this channel worthwhile. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for noties and help our channel grow. Our little tiny little pocket of the universe is growing very little bit at a time. And we'll see you guys in the Discord community. Thank you guys again. Much love and appreciation. Peace.